In the concept of reality transurfing, there is a phrase that they encourage folks to use, which is, I see my reality and I see myself in it. When I first heard that, I thought it was about watching the little character of me in a video game. And recently I came to experience that it feels for me like it's actually like a first person shooter type of a situation where like I feel like it's me in this body. More like if I was driving a car and the body was a car. And in that sense, I feel like it's really helpful for me to begin to consider the body as something that I'm taking care of, the character is something that I'm taking care of, and um, like it is the way that I participate in this movie, and that I can like really take care of it like I would a child, like if I was a gentle parent or like I would a good friend. So I am offering myself a switch in language when I talk about my experience in this reality, to change my phrasing from I want something or I need something or I am something to the body. So the body wants da da da. So let's give an example. Um, I may get a nervous system information that is like more of a anger or a fight flight situation or experience sensation that tells me like I I don't want to talk to this person. I feel scared. Okay. So I would in that instance shift it to the body is scared of this person. What would I do for my friend if they were scared? So how can I take care of the body when the body is scared? And in that way, anytime that we switch to observation, which is I think what the power of this I see my reality and I see myself in it gives us. Anytime we switch into the observation, then we're not caught up with identifying with the situation and we can actually come to our executive functioning and support the situation in a different way than we can when we feel like we are the situation, and then the like connecting with victimhood is so much easier. So in that situation, if I'm like the body is scared, I might offer to the body, like, hey, let's look at some different options, just like I would with a friend. So I might say to them, like, hey, do you want, let's say I'm standing there, my friend is talking to someone, they look visibly scared, the other person is being aggressive or not. My friend looks visibly scared. I might be like, hey, friend, like, do you want to take a little moment here? And I might say to the other person, like, hey, it looks like friend needs a little moment. So we'll be right back. Right. So in that search situation, I might say to myself, like, hey, body, do you need a moment? And I might say to the other person, like, hey, I'm so sorry. If I feel safe enough to tell them that I'm feeling scared, I could do that. But most likely, I'm not going to feel safe if I'm actually scared. So I might say to them, which is my all-time favorite tactic, like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm having a bit of an emergency bathroom situation. I'm going to excuse myself. So I have not, in my experience thus far, in 15 years of using this tool, maybe 10 years of using this tool, had anyone say like, no, you need to finish this conversation. Most people respect the bathroom thing. So I'm going to excuse myself. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Then I'm going to give myself some distress tolerance supports, nervous system exercises. And then I can gently speak with the body and be like, hey, like, was this person actually like threatening you? Do you feel like you can go back and wrap things up to them? Do you need to maybe like not interact with them anymore? Do we want to text them and say like, hey, we've decided that we don't want to hang out today? Do we maybe realize that this is about that you were actually just like reminded of a situation that you had as a child with a parent, and this is actually not about that other person, and you want to actually like send an email to your therapist right now and say, hey, next week, can we talk about this dynamic that got kind of reminded me of this thing with my parents? Are you actually just super hungry right now and you don't feel the capacity to interact? So you can text a friend and say, like, hey, I just realized like I'm so hungry, I'm past my point. Like I need to reschedule because I'm gonna go get myself something to eat, etc., etc. So in this sense, we can take really good care of the body without being like identifying with it and getting so like lost in the experience of the nervous system response, right? So, switching the language to start to practice, like instead of I'm hungry, we like, for example, if I'm hungry, I might start a whole rendition of like all the things that I've gained from culture that are like, you shouldn't be hungry. You already ate. Why do you eat too much? Da, 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 blah, 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 blah. Instead, I can be like, oh, the body's hungry. And then I can be like, okay, what does the body need? Like, what's going on with the body? Take care of the body like I would a gentle parent. If my kid is hungry, I might say, like, oh, how about this? How about this? Or, oh, it looks like there's no food available right now. Like, what could I offer you? Or, like, oh, I hear that you're hungry. I also see that you're dealing with a bunch of societal criticisms around that hunger. Like, that sounds really hard. Is there anything I can get for you in the meantime while you navigate this hunger and all those societal criticisms that you're receiving? Because that sounds really hard. How about a cup of tea to like take you through those next 5 minutes of navigating all of that? It just brings something really different to the experience. So try it out. Try replacing I am or I feel or I want with the body feels or the body wants or the body is, and see if it brings that shift for you of being able to be like, I see my reality, I see myself in it. I also acknowledge that like I am something that is not just that reality and that body. Okay? Love you.